Hello students, how are you? Myself Hardayal Singh, and we are all are being privileged at being Akal Academy by Desa. So today we are going to share one new story. The name of the story is The Portrait of a Lady by Khushwant Singh. So first of all, we will learn something about the poet Khushwant Singh. Khushwant Singh was a very prominent and famous poet of the subcontinent. Now you would ask that what is the meaning of subcontinent? Subcontinent countries are India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal. These all countries comes under subcontinent. So the themes that Khushwant Singh used to deal with are person, truth, kindness and personalities. So this story also focuses on the grandmother of Khushwant Singh. So because of his great writings, he got so many awards like Sahitya Academy Award, Padam Bhushan, Padam Vibhushan, and he was also nominated for Rajya Sabha once. So he was also in reporting field. He also was the editor of a newspaper. So he was a very great personality, and he was very so kind-hearted that against his protest of 1984 riots against Sikhs, he returned his Padam Bhushan award. So this was the life of Khushwant Singh. Now we come to the story, but before reciting this story to you, I would like to share one of my life stories with you, that which relation has inspired my life the most or affected my life the most. This was my grandmother. While I was in my village, I was a child. So she used to get up early, 4 o'clock in the morning. First of all, she used to sweep the whole house. Then she used to wake me up, take me for the bath, and then dress me up for going to Gurdwara Sahib. And while dressing me up, she used to recite the rhymes from Guru Granth Sahib and Sukhmani Sahib, so that I could learn them. But that didn't happen till she was alive. After her being passed away, I recited those lines. So her hard work, her kindness, her humanity were always with me and are with me till now. So this was my story. Now we would come to the story that we are to share today, that is the portrait of a lady. The portrait of the lady means the grandmother of Khushwant Singh. This story has been written in first person, so I would like to share it with you in first person. So for some time you have to consider me as Khushwant Singh. So I will speak in first person, and I will use the words me and my instead of his and her. So this story starts while I was a child, and I used to live in my village with my grandmother because my parents went to city to make their fortunes. Now, in village, I was brought up by my grandmother. In the morning, she used to wake me up, then dress me up, and while dressing me up, she used to recite the rhymes from Guru Granth Sahib and Sukhmani Sahib, and she wanted me to memorize them, but that didn't happen. Then she used to give me the breakfast, and there was so-called roti, bread butter was there, and then some sugar was there. This was my breakfast for daily. Then she used to go to the school with me, not that she studies with me in the school, but there was a temple just beside the school, and she used to read the religious scriptures there. And while my full break is there for school, she used to come back with me and she used to give some scrub bread to the stray dogs. She was so kind-hearted, and then we used to come back to the school. This life story was going along very nicely. Then life take a turn, and one day one letter from my parents came that we both have to move to the city to live with them. She was not so happy, but she was agreed, and we both went to the city and we used to live there. I was admitted in an English medium school, so now my grandmother could not dress me up, because now my mother dressed me up for going to school. Now she could not go with me to the school, but there was a school van. There were different subjects that were taught in school: English, science, and all type of subjects, but no religious education was there. So my grandmother was not so much happy with the system of the school education. And when she came to know that music is also being taught to me in the school, she was angry, that because she thought that music is belong to the beggars, it is not for the literate people to learn music. Then another change came when I start going to school, college instead, and then I was given a separate room. Then the separation between us grew, because first of all we used to live in the same room, share some thoughts, but now as I was separated in the separate room, that separation was increased. Then one more turn came in my life when I have to go to the foreign country for 5 years for another studies. Then when she came to the station to say goodbye, I was very afraid by looking at her, because I was not sure that I would be able to see her again alive. But after 5 years, when I came back and she came at the station to look me there, she was alive, and I looked very happy that she is there. When I came back, she collected the ladies from the street, and she got an old drum, and she thumped the drum for the whole day and sang the songs of celebration for the whole day. And after that day, she fell ill, very ill, and then we called the doctor, and he said that she will be good. Then she used to have a rosary, a bead rosary in his hand, and she used to recite the name of God, because she wanted that the last time of his life should be there for the sake of God instead of gossiping. So one day she used to, one thing I forgot to tell you, that she used to feed the sparrows, and those sparrows were in love with my grandmother. They used to collect in the veranda daily, and on the day my grandmother died, those sparrows came, and when her dead body was to be taken away, those sparrows came, but today they were not chirping, they were silent. My mother gave them some bread, but they didn't eat anything. They sit there silently, and then when the body of my grandmother was taken away, they also flew away. So this was the story of my grandmother. I hope you all have enjoyed it, and you all would respect and love your elders, because they are an inspiring light for you, and they would also help you, always help you in your life. Thank you very much.